So we'll just continue the problem, and here I keep referring number of books. Okay, in each book they follow different steps. So all these steps I don't want now. Like how we have done all the earlier problems in the same way, I want to do it. Okay. So can anybody continue the steps? And you have drawn two diagrams. From the two diagrams, can anybody tell me for which value of n I will get the output? I do not have the diagram in the screen now. Can anybody tell me? For what values of n I will get the output? My h of
Positive.
for positive means n is
Greater than.
yes. So can you write now after drawing the diagram? See, listen in my notes. See, I have taken this notes from different books, so this is not similar to the earlier problem. You may get confused if you write this answer. So we follow as usual how we have done for the earlier problem. So I'm just going to write now by myself. So can I say when n is less than 0, my output y of n is equal to 0? Can I say like that? Girls, can anyone reply here?
Yes, ma'am.
So when n is less than 0, I can write my output y of n is equal to 0, because what I know, my h of k was at the positive axis, but x of n minus k was at the negative x-axis. So only when n is greater than 0, I can greater than or equal to 0, I can get the output. Till then, I won't get the output. So when n is less than 0, my output y of n is equal to 0. When n is greater than or equal to 0, I have to write my output. So what is my output? So already you people have written this equation. So y of n is equal to, I won't write the equation, summation. I can see originally it is from minus infinity to plus infinity, but normally in all the earlier problems how we did, it is from 0 to n. 0 to n. So in this problem we have kept h of k and we have kept x of k as x of n minus k. So now I am going to just substitute the value of h of k here. So the summation remains same. In place of h of k, what is the value I have to substitute? Anyone?
3 by 4 power k u of
Yes.
k.
U of k, is it required? Tell me, U of k, is it required? U of k or U of n minus k, all the amplitudes are one only. Okay. So that is giving us the hint where the signal is present, either positive side or negative side. That's it. So that work is already done. Okay. So I can write 3 by 4 power k. Then x of n minus k, nothing is there. Do we have anything for x of n minus k? So it is just the amplitude 1. Because you know x of n minus k is u of n minus k. U of n minus k, the unit step signal amplitude is always 1. Okay. So it is summation k equal to 0 to n 3 by 4 power k is the answer. Now can you just convert this into the proper formula format and get me the output? So how conversion I can do here? The upper limit I should have n minus 1 format. Here I do not have n minus 1. So what I should do? I should add with 1 and I should subtract with 1. Okay. So when I do that, can I write this answer as y of n is equal to, my output y of n is equal to, the formula says it is 1 minus of alpha power n. So here alpha is 3 by 4 power n. In place of n, I have n plus 1, the whole divided by 1 minus alpha, 1 minus 3 by 4. So 1 minus 3 by 4, if you simplify 4 minus 3 by 4, it is 1 by 4. So, or you can just leave as it is. This is your answer. Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
If you want the denominator to be simplified, you can simplify, but you can also see better, you can write both the answers, because the key answer we don't know. The key answer will be in terms of like this, numerator with alpha and denominator with alpha. We don't know. Or sometimes they may simplify this. So if you can simplify, I want you to write both the answers. But I have not completed my answer. My answer should be summarized. So I'm going to summarize my answer. Summarize is nothing but y of n is equal to, y of n is equal to, I will write y of n is equal to 0 when n is less than 0. Y of n is equal to 1 minus 3 by 4 power 3 by 4 power n plus 1 the whole divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 when n is greater than or equal to 0. This is my proper answer. So for this problem, don't refer my notes. This complete solution I have taken from different books, so the steps are completely different. But when I was explaining this problem, I have followed the regular method, which we have done for the earlier problems. So I want you to follow the regular problem steps for this problem too. Okay. But is this problem still completed, or do we have any other work in this problem? Can anyone?
+5.
+5 and -5. Okay. So can we find y of 5 here? Y of 5, you know how to get y of 5? Y of 5 means, see, when n is greater than or equal to 0. So I have to take this. So tell me, y is 5 here, y of 5 +5. Greater than or equal to 0 means +5 is possible for this value of y of n. So I want you to just use the calculator and substitute wherever n is there 5 and get me the answer.
3.2884.
3.28. Okay, 3.28. And see, without calculating, can anyone guess and tell me what is the value of output y of n for n is equal to -5? Can anyone?
0.
Very good. Why it is 0?
Less than 0.
Very good, very good, very good. When n is less than 0, my answer is 0. But some students know what they do. They will substitute here -5 plus 1 in this formula and they get the answer in negative with some amplitude. But if the evaluators see that answer, they will completely reduce the marks because they think that you do not have any knowledge about this problem. So they just completely make the reduce the marks. So y of -5 is 0 because of the condition y of n is equal to 0 for n is less than 0. Okay. So I hope I clearly made you understand this problem, and these steps please don't follow. As I said, I followed n number of books. So I have taken this problem from different books, so the steps are taken from that book. But don't follow these steps. The same steps, regular steps you can follow for any problem, any type of problem. So now this is the last problem under convolution sum. This is the last problem. Okay, this is typically unique compared to all the earlier problems. A discrete time LTI system is characterized by impulse response. H of n is equal to u of n. You can see, say h of n is equal to u of n. It is very simple. So I try to shift h of n only because h of n is equal to simply u of n. Find its output when input is x of n equal to 1, 1, 2, 5. And they are asking find the output y of -19, y of 0, y of 2, y of 15, y of 28. And what is uniqueness in this problem? Can anyone? What is uniqueness?
H of n is 1, ma'am.
H of n is 1. For other problems, h of n is 1 only, u of n only. In x of n, I want you to just analyze and tell me what is the uniqueness in x of n. I think my question is clear to everyone.
Amplitudes are different.
Amplitude, see, I want to tell you, in any problems, if you turn the sheets.
They have not given the arrow mark, ma'am.
Arrow mark, Allah. It is not an arrow mark. In all the earlier problems, your x of n was in terms of 2 power n or 3 by 4 power n, like that. They themselves had given the input in terms of n variable. Can you see all the earlier problems? Is my analysis, can you people understand? x of n was in terms of some expression. Have you checked all the earlier problems? Have they given the values directly? X of n is equal to 1, number 1, number 1, number 2, number 5, like that? In any problem?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. And here we have x of n finite. You know what is the meaning of finite? I have only 4 samples. And what about h of n? H of n is finite or infinite?
Infinite.
Infinite. Okay. See, when we started this convolution sum topic, we have solved first 2 problems. The first 2 problems, my h of n also was in terms of finite, and my x of n also was in terms of finite. X of n also was in terms of finite. So we follow 2 methods, method 1, method 2. And other than the 2 problems, the remaining problem which we have solved, either one input is finite, the other input is infinite, or both are infinite, like that combinations we have seen. So if we get the combinations, we know how to proceed with the solution. But here, I have finite and infinite combination. In finite combination, I have directly the amplitude levels directly given. They have not mentioned any 2 power n like that. They have not mentioned 5 by 2 power n like that. They have mentioned the values directly. So we no need to substitute the n value 0, 1, 2, 3 and find the values. Directly they have given. So if they give directly, then see the steps how we have to follow. It is very simple compared to all the earlier problems. So let me, as usual step, let me draw the x of n. I know how to draw the x of n. So x of n amplitudes 1, 1, 1, 2, 5. And somebody said arrow mark is not given. See, if arrow mark is not given, defaultly the first variable, first sample value index is 0. Okay. If arrow mark is not given, whatever is given the first sample, that I will draw it for the index n is equal to 0. That should be understood by everyone. So I am just drawing the first sample at n is equal to 0, the second sample at 1, third sample at 2, and fourth sample at 3. And h of n, I know how to do that. After drawing h of n, I know the next step is x of k and h of n minus k. X of k and h of n minus k. So x of k, there is no change. Okay. X of k is same, but h of n minus k, you know how is the shift. Okay. See, now here you have to understand properly. After the step in all the earlier problems, what we did, we tried to analyze. So even if I analyze here, I can say when n is less than 0, I don't get the output. Y of n is equal to 0, like that I can analyze it. But when n is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, I can write my output. Y of n is equal to, what I will write? Like in all the earlier problem summation, x of k, h of n minus k. I hope you all can follow this. But in all the earlier problem, x of k was in terms of some expression, 2 power k, like that. So we solved it using this formula. But here my x of k is in terms of completely numbers. So instead of using this summation formula, directly I can do the multiplication. You just see. From the question, can anybody tell me the index of output y of n, where it will start? Y of n will start from 0 or from some other number? Can anyone tell me? You know how to analyze the index of the output. So x of n index is 0. Similarly, what is h of n index? Before shifting operation, h of n index is also 0. So index 0 plus 0, if we add, my output y of n is also 0. The index will start at 0. So that's why I'm writing y of 0 as my first answer. I hope you are following it. So index of x of n is also 0. Index of h of n is also 0. So my output index y of n is also 0. So when we solve the very beginning problem, As soon as I shift, I will just multiply it so that I will get the output for y of 0. Are you people remembering this step? The very first two problems when we solved it, after shifting operation, directly we will multiply so that I will get the output y of 0. Do you remember, or you can turn the sheets and you can tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So can I directly multiply it now? The common position is at n is equal to 0 only I have some amplitudes. So 1 into 1. 1 into 1 is 1. So my output y of 0 is 1. Okay, output y of 0 is 1. So I will write my output here as 1. 1. This is my output 1. So now I want the next output. So when you remember the earlier beginning two problems, to get the next output y of n, I have to shift this h of n minus k one position toward the right. So now I am shifting it in front of you. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 now. Okay. So what was there at 0, now it is at 1. So now like this I will have. So this infinity will continue. So now tell me how many places I have the output y of 1 is equal to. If you compare the diagram, can I write 1 into 1 at 0? At 0, at n is equal to 0, from both the diagrams, I have the amplitudes 1 and 1. Similarly, plus at n is equal to 1, I have here the amplitude 1 and also here the amplitude 1. So 1 into 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Is it fine? Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the next thing is, to get the output y of 2, I have to shift one more position towards the right. So when I do the shifting, I can say I will get one more sample at the position n is equal to 2. Okay. So now can you people multiply this x of k and h of n minus k and get me the answer? So it is 1 into 1, right? Plus 1 into again 1 plus, tell me what is the next sample amplitude from x of k?
2.
2 into 1. Very good. 2 into 1. So it is 1 plus 1 plus 2. So how much?
4.
4. Okay. Now we will go for the next output. To get next output, can I say I will get one more sample at n is equal to 3 here. N is equal to 3. So now if I multiply, I can write 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1, 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1, 2 into 1 plus 5 into 1, 5 into 1. So what is the amplitude now? What is the answer now?
9.
9. Okay. You can ask me a question, ma'am. How long you are doing this shifting process? Let us see. We will further proceed. Next output is y of 4. Y of 4. Okay. Y of 4. So y of 4 means further I will get one more sample at 4. Now understand properly. I am getting the sample at 4. But I do not have any sample at 4 here in x of k. So again, if you multiply, will you get the same output or different output? Just multiply and tell me.
Same output, ma'am.
Same output. Okay. Very good. So answer is 9. Now you tell me for y of 5 again. Y of 5 again. I'll be shifting one more sample towards the right because the left hand side is infinity. How many times I can shift? I will be keep on getting the samples towards the right hand side. I hope you are following it. But I do not have the samples at 4 and 5 for x of k. So again, will you get for y of 5 also the same answer 9?
Yes, ma'am.
So can I
Yeah.
say this answer continues infinitely?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So see, in my notes I have done the same work. Okay, so you can see my screen. I will just scroll it down. So I have written y of 3 also 9, y of 4 also 9, y of 9 also 9. And you can see this part is very important. The part which I have shown dot 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 in the answer. See, dot 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 is important. Dot 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 is important. Because I have only 4 number of samples in x of k, right, from 0 to 1, 2, 3. After 3, I do not have any samples in x of k. But in h of n minus k, okay, I will get infinite samples towards the right hand side, because it is dash dash dash. This will keep shifting one question towards the right. I will get number of samples. Since x of k is not having that much amplitude levels for different values of n, so after y of 3, all the values has the same amplitude. Okay, so I hope you are getting it. Now you see the question. I hope you have written the question. So they are asking y of minus 19. Can anybody tell me y of minus 19? Will I get the answer?
No, ma'am.
Why? Because when n is less than 0, I analyzed that y of n is equal to 0. So because of that reason, y of minus 19, I am writing it as 0. Then they are asking y of 0. See, you should know the index. This is 0th index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So y of 0 is 1. As per this, y of 0 is 1. Y of 2 is 4. Y of 2 is 4, and y of 15. Y of 15, you know, y it is 9. After this 6th index, all the remaining index values will be having the same amplitude 9. So y of 28 is also 9. If they ask y of 100, that is also equal to 9 only. So if you really understand the problem, you can write the answers for the questions asked in the exam. So is this clear, this problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this problem, since x of n is in terms of samples directly, okay, I have to follow the diagram and I have to multiply directly to get the output. I no need to go for summation like that. In earlier problems we have done. I no need to go in that way. So with this completely, I have done the convolution sum problems. So next is, I will just introduce this topic. Anyway, I have circulated this notes yesterday itself in your classroom app. This derivation you can do it after this class. But before tomorrow's class, I want you to complete this derivation in your notes. So today I am just giving the derivation. The problems we will continue tomorrow. So the title is Impulse Response Representation for Continuous Time LTI Systems. See, the continuous time LTI, continuous time is important. Impulse response representation for continuous time LTI systems. The earlier topic was impulse response representation for discrete time LTI system. Okay. Since it is continuous time, I cannot use the word convolution sum. I have to use the word convolution integral. So that's why I am writing my input x of t. X of t I am writing. I cannot write summation. I have to use integral only. My input is in terms of integral x of tau delta of t minus tau d tau. See, in discrete time, I use the variable k, right, in the formula. See here, since it is time domain, instead of t, I will use in the formula tau. That you remember. So x of t is equal to integral minus infinity plus infinity x of tau delta of t minus tau d tau. See, what's the meaning of this? My x of t is nothing but sum of number of values. So my first input can be x1 of t, my second input can be x2 of t. So all those things, x1, x2, x3, x4, everything, if you add it, you will get x of t. So that adding, I cannot show adding here, I have to show in terms of integration. So my x1 of t is x1 of tau into delta of t minus tau. Similarly, x2 of t is x2 of tau delta of t minus tau. Then my x3 of t is x3 of t is x3 of tau delta of t minus tau. Are you following it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now I am passing the signal to the system. X of t is my input. I am passing it to the system. You can see the diagram. The system is having the impulse operator, the system operator h. I am passing x of t to the system having the operator h so that it is producing the output y. So y of t is equal to h of x of t. So h of x of t, I know in the beginning I have given the expression of x of t integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau delta of t minus tau d tau. I'm just substituting it. After substituting it, I can interchange the summation and h operator. So when I interchange the summation, integrator and h operator, see here, my h operator is attaching with this delta. So h operator is attaching with the delta, and this integral and x of tau I can just keeping together. So the meaning is I am interchanging the h operator and the integrator so that I am getting this combination integral x of tau h of delta of t minus tau d tau. So now I should know how to write this h of delta of t minus tau into d tau. So h of delta of t minus tau can be written as simply h of t minus tau. So my equation y of t becomes integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau h of t minus tau d tau. So this is compared with your discrete time convolution k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity minus infinity to plus infinity x of k h of k h of n minus k h of n minus k. So if you compare these two equations, my integration is now here equal to the summation and x of tau here it is k here and t minus tau here it is n minus k. That's it. So this integral formula can be written using the convolution formula or symbol also. So the convolution symbol is y of t is equal to x of t convolution with h of t. Okay. So with this I will just stop this class today. I want you to just copy this derivation before we do problems in the next class. Okay. So here also we have some 6 to 7 problems, but the priority I will tell you. You can ask me, ma'am, whether we will get questions from discrete time problems or continuous time problems. The priority goes to discrete time. That's why I have solved some 8 problems in the discrete time. You will get most probably the questions from discrete time. That means from convolution sum only you will get the problems. Very rarely you will get the problems from the continuous time signal. That means convolution integral. So